Kennedy High School has been a part of the Contra Costa School District for over 40 years, but no one has been there longer or collected more evidence of his existence than Mr. Peritz. This is his story.
This is my father's war ration book, probably from about 1941. And because my dad was a baker, he didn't have to use the stamps for, we had lots of eggs and butter and flour in our house. My name is Michael Peritz. I'm a teacher on special assignment, which means I work with the administration at Kennedy High School. I came here when this was a construction site in 1967, and I felt that I was one of the fortunate youngsters who was allowed to come here for when the new Kennedy High School opened, 1967-68 school year.
From just those words there, you can see just how seasoned he is. When asked how he thinks things have changed at Kennedy High, this is what he has to say about it.
We had a community room, a heritage center that we were building over in the 500 building. And the intent was to be able to help young students coming to Kennedy connect themselves to the school, to the community, to the history. And so I developed a rather elaborate teaching model where students came into the room, had an orientation, and then suddenly were thrust into the 1960s and had to walk from year to year to be able to free themselves. They would learn all about Kennedy, why the school looks the way it looks, why the architecture is the way it is, why it was named after Kennedy, why we revered him, what our ambitions were, and we tried to have our students connect with the dream of what this place was supposed to be. And this place was supposed to be, and for the first 20 years, was one of the leading high schools in Northern California.
Over time, Mr. Peritz has collected time capsules of the school's environment. He shared with us their creation.
As we approached the 40th anniversary of the school, some people said, let's have a party. And some other people said, let's not celebrate the last 40 unless we do something about the next 40. And that's when the time capsules were born.
Although these time capsules are cool, Mr. Peritz holds a deeper meaning within them. To him, these capsules are more than just a piece of history.
I tried to use these things so that the truth and the spirit and the intention of the people of the 60s. People, there were guys from Korea who'd seen death. They weren't afraid of anything. They'd been in the school. There were mothers, and there were women being involved for the first time who wanted a woman's perspective and wanted that kind of nurturing to go on in the school. Those people got together and they did something really meaningful.
As well as knowing their past, Mr. Peritz shared with us his vision for their future.
And let's make people understand that this is something that will go on forever, and that each person is part of a larger family, people who came before them, people who will come after them, that there are responsibilities, that there is spirit, that there's an honor in being Kennedy.
Mr. Peritz has stood strongly with Kennedy even in its darkest hours. He has shown that persistence and a good spirit help keep anything alive.